Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, in the European Union and the United Kingdom are starting to pick up steam, and I've been paying close attention to every single development. I will be using in this video information from the Bank of England and the ECB, Europa, and EU websites to inform based on my analysis. Now, I'm going to give you a short but thorough summary of what's happening on this topic, but I want you to know that I'm getting my info straight from the major banks and regulators that are developing these CBDCs. So no conspiracy theories or tinfoil hats needed here, guys. Straight facts. And you are watching part 3 of this 4-part series on how CBDCs are being rolled out across the entire world and what that potentially means for you. And if you're getting values from this series, obviously make sure you go watch the 2 previous videos and make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's go see what all of these world governments have in store with CBDCs for their populations. So in November of 2021, His Majesty's Treasury, aka MT, and the Bank of England held a series of consultation meetings to explore the launch of a CBDC project in the UK. The product of these meetings were the formation of a research and exploration committee to provide policymakers with informed decision-making data. However, a few months later, a House of Lords committee concluded that there is no conclusive evidence to support the need for a CBDC, at least in the UK. By the way, if you didn't know, the House of Lords committee is like a Senate committee in the United States, but it's for the UK. So, in a recent public session, the Economic Affairs Committee of the House of Lords hinted at the challenges of CBDCs, including the potential impact on the basic financial system and privacy protections. Despite other countries taking a progressive stance on CBDCs, the UK has actually been slow to warm up to that idea, with varied takes on the topic and reportedly no common ground found so far. But that was in November of 2021. Since then, the tone of the Bank of England, or BOE, has totally changed. This shift is illustrated in the following quote from a consultation working paper for the BOE in February of 2023. The Bank and Treasury consider a digital pound is likely to be needed in the UK, though no decision to introduce one can actually be taken at this stage. We will therefore set up development and move to the next stage of our work, the Deputy Governor of the BOE, Sir John Cunliffe, said in February of 2023. It is likely that a retail general purpose digital central bank currency will be needed by the end of this decade. And when it comes to existing private cryptocurrencies, Sir Cunliffe says, the majority of crypto assets are highly speculative assets whose value is extremely volatile because there's nothing behind them, tangible at least. For that reason, they are not suitable and not used for general payment purposes. So the UK is poised to move into their self-described second phase of development for their digital pound. Earliest estimates of when the UK government will be running a test pilot are currently out at 2025, but it could be much later. It is then that the decision will be made to actually launch the digital pound if at that time it makes sense to the appropriate authorities. So that brings us up to speed on the UK's approach and phase of development for their CBDCs. Next, let's take a look at the much larger European Union and what their approach has been with CBDCs, at least thus far. In recent years, there has been an exponential pace of innovation and change in the financial and payments sector within Europe, that is for sure. With new technologies benefiting consumers and generally boosting revenues for profit-seeking businesses. And for reference, before 2019 and 2022, the share of Euro area mobile payments more than tripled in both number and value. But as commerce does migrate online, these developments also raise important questions about how to regulate and protect European consumers. Europe has seen the emergence of private cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as the concept of CBDCs taking hold globally. Looking at you, China, with the digital yuan. Now, the instability of the crypto space has given rise to the belief that regulators must do something to react. In this context, the European Central Bank, or the ECB, is investigating the possibility of a digital euro to ensure the euro can keep pace with these developments and continue to meet the needs of citizens and businesses. At the heart of the digital euro project is the objective to maintain the link between citizens and central bank money. As a CBDC, the digital euro would be central bank money convertible one-to-one with euro bank notes. This differs from cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, as their stability and reliability ultimately depend on the issuing entity. The conversation around a digital euro has moved quickly from being a possibility to a probability now. similar to the pace of the UK, a final decision won't be made for several years. The ECB investigation is running parallel with the European Commission's preparations for undertaking the necessary legislative process. And Euro area finance ministers have been part of this reflection process since the start, discussing the key issues associated with a digital euro. Things like privacy, trade-offs with other policy objectives, possible business models of intermediaries, and potential implications for the financial system. Now, while the move toward cashless payments continues, cash still plays an important role, and a digital euro won't necessarily replace cash, at least not right now. But rather, it would be another way to make payments responding to citizens and firms' developing preference for making them digitally. Kind of a happy medium. To succeed, the digital euro will need to ensure and maintain users' trust, and for this, privacy is both a key dimension and a fundamental right. Early reports and speeches around the development of the digital euro all point to the same one thing. A digital euro should be safe, resilient, easy, and convenient to use, and widely accessible to the general public. The euro system is currently collaborating with other central banks to understand the implications of issuing a digital currency. Now, in the fall of 2023, the ECB Governing Council will likely decide to move to what it calls a realization phase. Now, in this phase, the ECB would develop and test technical solutions and business arrangements necessary to eventually provide and distribute a digital euro. Now, these are exciting and fast-moving times, and as you can see, the ECB is willing to embrace the opportunities brought around by digitalization, at least of currencies. But I just hope that the key political decisions on the digital euro will at least be made by elected representatives and will be in the best interest of Europeans or just whatever participants people are talking about. I like when systems stick to the principles that made them great, and I'm sure you do too. In fact, that is exactly what my motivation was behind developing an awesome crypto tool that I want to tell you about that I think the governments are going to be able to utilize in the years to come, because they seem to all be coming out with their own digital currencies on their own blockchains. PreSend is the first and only solution on the market that stops the intercompatibility and interoperability problems from blockchains communicating with each other and sending coins on the wrong blockchain. Most of the time, these blockchains don't communicate. Such will probably be an example with the digital dollar and the digital euro. They will probably be on separate blockchains. So in order to protect that, we have made PreSend. Think about sending USDC from a Polygon wallet to an Ethereum wallet. You potentially just lost all of your money. Now, what we want to stop is that from happening ever again. PreSend has already filed its full patent, and it is filing all regulatory licenses with the SEC right now, so PreSend will be here forevermore. And we've already taken over a sizable portion of the market, and if you want to test PreSend out and see if it works and hold me accountable for what I'm saying, make sure you go to app.presend.io, and then you can try and break it and let me know how it goes. A lot of people are so worried about making money in this market that they forget to protect what it is that they already have and what they've already made. And on cross-chain transactions, that is absolutely what you need to be protecting. So use PreSend, and we appreciate you. But for now, that's all I have for this episode. As you can see, the UK and Europe are poised to release their digital currencies just as soon as the central banks and financial authorities develop proper legislation to guide CBDC rollouts. So let me know what you think about CBDCs in Europe in the comments section. And if you like content like this, obviously go make sure you watch the last videos and make sure you show up to the new videos, and definitely make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.